Greetings. I have found a very good article. The title of it is "The Name of the Most High, New Information Revealed." This is published in slayingevil.com, and it is, I will put the link in the video description, of course. It is seems to be written by Verbs 2015. Trying to discover the true name of the Most High has been a toiling task. Every time after time, I have come across a name which I have thought to be true, only to discover later that name also is false and a deception. Up until recently, I have been teaching that the name of the Most High in the Hebrew is Ahaya, Asher, Ahaya. However, in light of information that has been brought to my attention, I must regrettably conclude that Aya, Asher, Aya is not the name of the Most High Power. I apologize to everybody for teaching this error, and I am currently adjusting my blogs in which this name has been mentioned, and subsequently erasing the name and the teachings thereof. Again, this is not my article. I will put the link in the video description. A 2-hour plus conversation with a close friend of mine, in which we both went through the evidence together, clearly shows that the name Aya, Asher, Aya is in fact linked to the Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism, black magic, the forces of darkness and evil. Once again, I apologize for this prior teaching of error, but this simply shows that everybody here that man is not infallible and that he does make mistakes. The important thing here is to rectify the mistake when discovered. We simply move along with the information we are presented with, and at any particular time. This world is full of deceit and lies, and it is undoubtedly the case that we are all going to be continually discovering new information and making changes as per the new information until Christ returns. Nonetheless, this must be done. What are we to find out truth but still choose to remain with the lies? The Kabbalah, a brief look. The above diagram is a tree of life according to the Kabbalah. It is a fact that the Kabbalah is a Jewish mysticism and black magic, of which the teachings of it originate from ancient Babylon in the same manner as Catholicism. This is no mystery. Obviously, with this origin, we know that the Most High Power of the Hebrews has nothing to do with this, nor does he associate himself with black magic, witchcrafts, sorcery, and mysticism. In fact, these things the use and the practice thereof are clearly condemned by the Most High throughout the Scriptures. A quick search on Wikipedia will confirm that the Kabbalah is of the occult for those who may doubt. Let us take a look at the top point of this tree of life between commas and focus on the point called the Keter, also spelled K-A-T-E-R. Keter. The Keter is the high point of the Kabbalistic tree of life between commas, associated with omnipotence, and it is here where the deity of the Kabbalah resides. This point called the Keter is also known as the crown, as can be seen above. There is another point which resides directly below the point Keter, called the Dahat, not shown in the above picture, which can clearly be seen in this more detailed diagram below. Can you also notice a particular name at the crown Keter? Does this name look familiar to you? In fact, there are many names mentioned at the various points of this tree of life, which we have been told throughout our lives are the names of the most high power of the Hebrews. We see at the point Mashut the name of Adonai, at points Gevurah and Hod the name Elohim, at point Bina and Dahat we have YHWH, from which we derive Yahweh, Jehovah, Yehovah, YHWH, Yahweh, Yahweh, and other derivative that you can think of. At point Shakma we are presented with the name Yah, from which also comes the derivative Jah, G-A-H, and at the very top of the tree of life we have the name Ehyeh, E-H-Y-E-H. It should be noted that according to the Kabbalah, Dat and Keter are one and the same, but from different aspects. Here is an extract from Wikipedia on the Keter. It reads, the name of God associated with Keter is Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh, the name through which he revealed himself to Moses from the burning bush. It is from the name Ehyeh that all kinds of sustenance emanate, coming from the source, which is the infinite. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. The God associated with this mystic tree of life is called Ehyeh Asher Ehyeh, from which Ayah Asher Ayah is also derived. Now, as far as I am concerned, this makes perfect sense, as the Jewish people believe that Moses practiced magic like the Egyptians. Therefore, since they deal with magic and mysticism themselves, logically they would also associate Moses with a god that deals with magic and mysticism. Let us see what the Most High said about magic and the practice thereof in Deuteronomy 18, 10-14. It reads, there shall not be found among you anyone that maketh his son or his daughter to pass through fire, or that useth divination, or an observer of times, or an enchanter or witch, or a charmer, or a concerter with familiar spirits, or a wizard, or a necromancer. For all that do these things are an abomination unto the Lord, and because of these abominations the Lord thy God doth drive them out from before thee. Thou shalt be perfect with the Lord thy God from these nations which thou shalt possess. Hearken unto observers of times and unto diviners. But as for thee, Thee, the Lord thy God hath not suffered thee to do so. Just in case anywhere still is in doubt as to the Most High's position on magic. So obviously, this Ehyeh is not the God that Moses dealt with and talked to on a regular basis. Even when Moses was bringing forth miracles from the Most High in the sight of Pharaoh, the scriptures even tell us that the magicians did the same with their enchantments, as far as they could go. Enchantments? I seem to have seen that word somewhere before. Check verse 10 above. What happened when the magicians were unable to match the miracles of Moses? They immediately confessed that the finger of the Most High was at work. So they even knew that the source of Moses' power was different from their source of power. In other words, they knew that the power he was executing was not based upon magic. Metatron. Let us look further at Keter. More writings within Wikipedia reveal the following. In the mystical Kabbalah, Dion Fortune describes Keter as pure consciousness beyond all categories, timeless, a point that crystallizes out of the Ein Sof and commences the process of emanation that ends in Malkut. The name of God given to it is Yahweh. The archangel that presides over it is Metatron. The order of angels that resides in it are the holy living creatures. The Shayot HaKadesh Hebrew is given. I'm not going to try to spell it. And its mundane chakra is said to be the first swellings of the cosmos. Primum mobile Rashit ha-Gilgalin. Let us deal with the second paragraph. We see yet again the name Aya, and other Aya, other ways to spell it. They are all one and the same. And we also see an archangel mentioned whose name is Metatron. Who is Metatron? According to Wiki, Metatron Hebrew, or Metatron, a differentiation of Metatron, is the name of an archangel in Judaism. According to Jewish medieval apocrypha, he is an ancestor of Noah, transformed into an angel. There are no references to him in the Jewish Tanakh or Christian scriptures, New or Old Testament, although he is mentioned in a few brief passages in the Talmud. Metatron appears primarily in medieval Jewish mystical texts and other post-scriptural, esoteric, and occult sources. In rabbinic tradition, is the highest of the angels and serves as the celestial scribe. Now, according to the quote above, this one, Metatron presides over the Keter as appointed by his master Aya, and other variations that I won't say. Notice how Metatron is continually linked with mysticism and the Talmud, which is also Babylonian in origin. Nothing good came out of ancient Babylon, folks, nothing. Well, I want to just remind you that is not just Eye, Asher, Eye, okay? Also, if you check correctly, you also have Adonai. Okay, so if you call him Adonai, or if you call him Elohim, or YHVH, or YHWH, or Jehovah, Yahweh, Yehovah, and other derivatives, then you're not referring to the Most High, because you're referring to the Kabbalistic tree of life. So that's why I am including those images so that you can see for yourself. So now I'm going to continue reading. Quote, Wherever you feel like you need help from your angels, you can always call upon Archangel Metatron. Pure Light Metatron is a great spiritual teacher who is ready to help to take your life to the next level. Know that Metatron is there with you right now and is ready to help you release that which no longer serves you. All you need to do is to ask from an open heart. I'm not going to mention that, okay, because it's a quote and I don't want to mislead you. So you don't want to channel Metatron, alright? Metatron can help you to, so Metatron, they say, can help you cut cords and attachments while helping you to tap into your inner connection with pure light. From the links on this page, you will find access to a wide variety of the channel messages. Channel is the key here. I've published with Archangel Metatron. End of the quote. Here Metatron is linked clearly with channeling. Metatron, pure light spiritual teacher, I think we can all see what direction this is going in. By the way, when I type the name Metatron into a search engine, all I witnessed associated with the name were the terms mystical, mystic, channeling, medium, psychic, as well as many others. Also discovered that Metatron has some alternative names and aspects, two of them being, I guess, that what, Ove, and Aya. Check it out for yourself. This Metatron character, it should be obvious, by now is no archangel, is not associated with the most high power of the Hebrews, and it should be equally obvious to you as well as nor is Master Aya, and all the different other derivatives. My personal conclusion after discussing this deeply with my brethren is that Aya is Lucifer and that Metatron is his right hand man under some sort of prime ministerial or presidential type role. Let us look at the picture of Metatron's cube at the top of this chapter. I seem to see a familiar shape within that is so-called cube. For those who cannot see it, allow me to help you along with your understanding. Now, haven't we seen this six-pointed star, which is also known as the Star of Moloch, between parentheses somewhere before? I seem to recall it residing on a particular nation's flag. Does this flag look familiar to anyone? Of course, it's the flag of Israel. These so-called Jewish people who call themselves Israelites worship Moloch and all things associated with Moloch. They do not deal with or have any knowledge of the Most High power of the Hebrews. For those of you who are unfamiliar with who Moloch is, a quick engine search will fill you in and bring you up to gear. Okay, so what is the name of the Most High then? The answer is simply, we do not know what his true name is. The Jewish sect has completely scrubbed the name out of existence. However, as the Most High revealed to us, so-called Negroes, we are in fact the true Hebrews by blood through spiritual revelation. In like manner will he reveal to his people his true name at the appropriate point of his timing. Okay. Stopping here. If you want to know more, all you have to do is go read it yourself. I read the part that I found interesting. It's up to you to continue to read it or not. because I have absolutely nothing against black people, but there are many groups that they pretend to be the true Israelites, and I'm not here to debate that. I know for sure that the true Israelites were not white, okay? And I'm white myself, so that should indicate something, but beyond that, I'm not going to worry about. I know that they are not white, and for me that's good enough. And if I look at the Palestinian people, the Arab people, it indicates me somewhat how they look like, because it was discovered that the Palestinians had with the test of their DNA, it was indicated that they were coming from the ancestry of the true Hebrews. So anything else does not concern me. Thanks for listening. The true name of the Most High has been a toiling task. Every time after time, I have come across a name which I have thought to be true, only to discover later than that name also is false and a deception. Up until recently, I have been teaching that the name of the Most High in the Hebrew is Ahaya, Asher, Ahaya. However, in light of information that has been brought to my attention, I must regrettably conclude that Aya, Asher Aya, is not the name of the Most High. Jewish mysticism, black magic, the forces of darkness and evil. Once again, I apologize for this prior teaching of error, but this simply shows that everybody here that man is not infallible and that he does make mistakes. The important thing here is to rectify the mistake when discovered. We simply move along with the information we are presented with, and at any particular time. This world is full of deceit and lies, and it is undoubtedly the case that we are all going to be controlled by power. I apologize to everybody for teaching this error, and I am currently adjusting my blogs in which this name has been mentioned, and subsequently erasing the name and the teachings thereof. Again, this is not my article. I will put the link in the video description. A 2-hour plus conversation with a close friend of mine, in which we both went through the evidence together, clearly shows that the name Aya, Asher Aya, is in fact linked to the Kabbalah. Greetings! I have found a very good article. The title of it is The Name of the Most High, New Information Revealed. This is published in slayingevil.com, and it is, I will put the link in the video description, of course. It is seems to be written by Verbs 2015. Trying to discovering new information and making changes as per the new information until Christ returns. Nonetheless, this must be done. What are we to find out truths but still choose to remain with the lies? The Kabbalah, a brief look. The above diagram is a tree of life according to the Kabbalah. It is a fact that the Kabbalah is a Jewish mysticism and black magic, of which the teaching